Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In preparation for the peak Star Wars we're about to witness over the next 7 weeks, I just wanted to make this video to talk about a few things I'm looking forward to in Ahsoka, as well as getting your thoughts on what you guys want to see. Without further delay, let's get into the video. I want to start off by mentioning Morgan Elsbeth. I believe we'll see her in the first 2 episodes releasing on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on where you're located. It appears in the many trailer shots of Shin and Baylan on board the New Republic ship. They are after something, or someone. I think this will be their attempt, successfully might I add, at breaking her out. It appears they need her to unlock what seems to be a map we see projecting off of the stones. I also believe that she is a Night Sister. My suspicions were strengthened when I rewatched Ahsoka's live-action debut in The Mandalorian recently, and Ahsoka mentions that Morgan's people were massacred during the Clone Wars. I just touched on them, but Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll fascinate me, and I cannot wait to learn more about their backstory. Through various news sources, it appears confirmed that Baylan is an Order 66 survivor. However, I'm unsure of Shin's origin story. She looks quite young, but would need to be around 30 years old to have even been born in time for Order 66, let alone older for her to have been a Padawan. I'm looking forward to hearing Baylan's take on Anakin too, as it will give us a cool perspective I feel of what someone who wasn't necessarily close to Anakin during the Clone Wars thought of the Chosen One. It appears Baylan has a cool duel with Ahsoka, as well as Shin having multiple encounters with Sabine Wren, which I cannot wait for. Speaking of The Mandalorian, I cannot wait to see Sabine feature what I believe will be quite prominently in this series. Through the many trailers we have been provided already, Sabine's lightsaber use and training will be quite prolific. Her relationship with Ahsoka seems to have had its complications in the past, possibly due to Ahsoka's feelings towards the master and apprentice dynamic, and her experiences in the past with Anakin. Sabine notes that Ahsoka never made it easy on her, indicating that training has taken place in the past, which draws me straight back to Anakin giving Ahsoka a tough time in training, in order for her to be able to protect herself. As part of this, the question has been raised regarding if they will make Sabine Force sensitive. Personally, I don't think they will, and I love the idea of her being a Mandalorian who is well trained with the saber. There is one scene in the trailers where Sabine is raising her hand in a typical Force user manner during a battle with Shin Hati, before Shin tells her that she has no power. This definitely caught my curiosity, as Kanan Jarrus once said that Sabine was blocked in relation to letting the Force flow through her. Maybe she is trying to open up to it. Only time will tell, and I cannot wait to see what Dave does with Sabine. Many rumours have been floating around since last December about the possibility of a what-if type scenario had Ahsoka gone to Mustafar to duel Anakin instead of Obi-Wan. These rumours were recently expanded upon, where they actually feature Obi-Wan as well, battling Vader alongside Snips. In this sequence, a younger actor would be playing Ahsoka to match the time period, presumably the rumoured Savannah Stein, as well as having Obi-Wan killed, according to the rumours. It appears the sequence would take place in the World Between Worlds, with the concept being to be demonstrating to Ahsoka that it was the will of the Force that Anakin would turn to the dark side, and there was nothing she could do about it. If this was to eventuate, perhaps there will be multiple scenes, or portals, in the World Between Worlds, showing a number of variables where the outcome is always the same. Personally, I'm an absolutely huge fan of this idea. Any content featuring Hayden is a W in my eyes, but this would be something special. Now, this is something that is confirmed, but it needs to be spoken about. Anakin. The Chosen One. The trailer that I'm sure we've all watched 100,000 times has shown us that Hayden has recorded new lines as Anakin that will feature in the series. It appears that the lines we have seen could be from 2 different scenes, one being a flashback to the Clone Wars era with Anakin training Ahsoka, and the other being a scene in the present with Anakin appearing as a Force ghost. The Clone Wars flashback would be absolutely unreal, and I hope it will feature Captain Rex too. I know Tamura Morrison would love the opportunity to portray him in live action. The possibilities for conversations that could take place with Anakin as a Force ghost, however, are endless. I really want to see that comforting master persona shine. Ahsoka obviously has a big task ahead of her, with darkness threatening to return. So who better to have in her corner than her old master, guiding her along the way, providing support when needed. I also want to touch on Ahsoka's relationship with his son, Luke. By the time we see them together in the Book of Boba Fett, it's clear that they have a pre-existing relationship. However, I would love to see or hear them discuss how they first came into contact with each other. Imagine them sitting around whilst Ahsoka tells Luke stories of his father in the Clone Wars. Just absolute goosebumps talking about it. I could not imagine my reaction if half of this came to fruition. Now you may be thinking, what about Thrawn and Ezra? No, I did not forget them. I have a feeling we won't see a lot of them in this season, and as Rosario Dawson has already hinted at wanting a season 2 to happen, that tells me that there is some unfinished business before we reach Filoni's movie, which by all reports could revolve around Thrawn quite heavily. Thank you so much for watching, guys. The time is almost upon us to see Filoni's masterpiece. I'm sure there will be something in it for everybody, and I just cannot wait to see what is in store for us over the next 7 weeks. I will be very active on socials and YouTube throughout the duration of the series, so I hope you can join me for the ride. Until next time, may the Force be with you.